They laughed at him. A 5'5" kid, barely 110 pounds, who looked more like a schoolboy than a soldier. Officers doubted him, recruiters rejected him, and even his own comrades whispered that he was too small for war. But they had no idea that this tiny Texan would become the most decorated American soldier of World War II. This is the real story of Audie Murphy, the boy they mocked, until he changed history. Audie Murphy was born in 1925 in rural Texas into crushing poverty. He dropped out of school in the 5th grade to pick cotton and hunt for food to feed his siblings. His father abandoned the family, and Audie grew up fast, learning hardship, responsibility, and survival the hard way. But nothing in his childhood suggested he would one day become a legend. Nothing except a quiet determination that hardened every year of his life. When Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, Audie was only 16. He tried to enlist immediately, but the Army turned him down for being underage and underweight. The Marines and the Navy rejected him too, all for the same reason: too small. But Murphy wouldn't give up. He gained weight, forged documents, and finally convinced the U.S. Army to take him at 17. Even then, many believed he would never survive basic training. During training, some soldiers teased him, calling him babyface. Officers assumed he would break under pressure or fall behind on long marches. But Audie outworked everyone. He pushed through exhaustion, pain, and every challenge thrown at him. Slowly, the same men who doubted him started realizing he never quit. Not once. In 1943, Murphy was deployed to North Africa, then to Sicily, and later to mainland Italy. Combat revealed something no one expected. The tiny Texan had nerves of steel. He fought with focus, precision, and a calm that stunned his unit. His courage wasn't loud or reckless. It was cold, deliberate, and unwavering. Every battle carved another piece of legend into his name. By 1944, during the invasion of southern France, Murphy's bravery reached a new level. He single-handedly wiped out an entire German machine gun crew after his best friend Laddie Tipton was killed. Fueled by grief, he charged forward alone, killed the gunners, seized their weapons, and turned them on the enemy. His actions saved his unit and changed the course of the fight. This earned him the Distinguished Service Cross, the Army's second highest honor. Yet nothing compares to what happened on January 26, 1945, near Holtzwihr, France, the moment that defined his legend. Murphy's unit was attacked by 6 German Tiger and Panzer tanks with waves of infantry. American lines collapsed, and the order was given to retreat. But Audie Murphy stayed, alone, just a 19-year-old standing against almost an entire company of German soldiers. With all his men safely behind him, Murphy climbed onto a burning M10 tank destroyer, vehicle so engulfed in flames it could explode any second. He manned its .50 caliber machine gun and opened fire. For nearly an hour, he held off the entire German attack single-handedly. He killed or wounded dozens, directed artillery by radio, and refused to leave his position even when enemy fire shredded the ground around him. His stand allowed U.S. forces to reorganize and launch a counterattack that pushed the Germans back. When the smoke cleared, Murphy had done the impossible. He returned to his unit, covered in soot and blood, and simply said he had run out of ammo. For this action, he received the Medal of Honor, the highest award for valor in the United States. He would go on to earn 33 military decorations, including every major American combat award for valor. No other soldier in World War II matched his combination of bravery, endurance, and sacrifice. After the war, Murphy struggled with nightmares and trauma, what we now recognize as PTSD. But he never stopped trying to rebuild his life. He became an actor, starring in more than 40 films, including playing himself in To Hell and Back, one of the most successful war movies of its era. Yet despite fame, Murphy remained humble, quiet, almost uncomfortable with the attention. He often said the real heroes were the men who never came home. Audie Murphy died in 1971 in a plane crash at just 45 years old. He was buried with full military honors at Arlington National Cemetery, where his gravesite remains one of the most visited. People stop not because he was the strongest or the biggest or the loudest, but because he proved something timeless. That courage has nothing to do with size, and that sometimes the smallest soldier carries the biggest heart. They mocked him when he walked into the Army recruiting office. They doubted him all through training. They expected him to fail, to crack, to fall behind. But instead, he rose higher than anyone could imagine, becoming America's most decorated soldier of World War II. Audie Murphy didn't just prove them wrong, he showed the world what true bravery looks like.